Morning, welcome to the Mayor's Update from the Council meeting of January 23rd. I'm going to whip through this pretty quick. There wasn't a lot going on, but first one was just a road closure for a road allowance. That was the area that I spoke about in the last video where we sold some property to the adjacent homeowners. We don't need that anymore. We don't need the road allowance, so this is just a motion to close the road allowance and schedule a public hearing for that. The address to who's interested. Well, how do I say this? 7th Avenue and 3rd Street, southeast. I got a whole bunch of block and lot numbers here that won't mean anything to anybody, even me. Business licenses and rates. So Jody and Kara brought that back to us because there was a few concerns from council on where that business license is and how that was all going to roll out with the new way that Jody wants to do it. So they presented it. Looks fantastic. You can go online, highriver.ca, and find that. If you got questions about how much the business licenses are and where your business fits into what program with that. So that's all done. FCS community grants, FCSS community grants. Shelley, Julian, and Elena came and just shared with us their recommendation for the allocation of about $60,000. So I'll just quickly run through it so that you don't have to go look for it. $4,500 Big Brothers Big Sisters, $4,800 Boys and Girls Club, $4,000 Fetal Alcohol Society, $4,000 Foothills Victim Services, $4,000 for Foothills Country Hospice, $2,250 Foothills Community Immigrant Services, $10,000 to the Foothills School Division for the Family School Liaison Worker, $7,500 for the Foothills Special Needs Association for Parents, SNAPS, $450 for Junior Achievement, $7,500 for the Literacy for Life Foundation, $5,000 to the Rowan House Branches Program, and $6,000 for the Wild Rose Community Connections. So well done. It's not easy to filter all those asks out and come up with the best use for them. So well done to Shelley, Jillian, Elena, and the rest of the group that did that. Heritage Advisory appointment. We appointed Mr. Ken Weisbrot to the Heritage Advisory Board for a 3-year term. So thank you very much, Ken, for putting your hand up and bailing into this arena. Community Vitality Advisory Committee appointments. This is the big one. This is the one that Council is funding every year so that this group will take a lump sum of money and decipher what community groups the money goes out to and who gets funded. So the appointments to this group, and I'll say it again, whenever you put up your hand for these groups, you're stepping into the arena, and I'm a big fan of you when you do that, because regardless of whether you're here or you're just on a committee with the town of High River, it's a tough thing to get through when you got 12,000 people you're trying to put deal with. So the appointments: Jillian Cropper, Elena Kearns, Ken Martell, Angela Caldwell, Tom Sales, Nicole Schmidt, Karen Orser, Tammy Beach, and Rob Whitfield. Thank you very much to all of you for getting involved. This is a big one. This is very similar to our CDAC committee that we had with the $1.4 million of flood funding that came directly to the town of High River. And it's not easy to go through. Everybody thinks you just cut checks to everybody and everything's cool. No, there's a proper use for this money, and it takes a group like this of dedicated people to decipher that. So excellent job. Municipal Historic Resource Home. This was the Hamilton residence, 131 2nd Avenue Southeast. Just a designation to put it as a municipal historic resource. So did that. We got an update for planning and building activity in High River. There's a lot going on, and I'll just talk about downtown. There's a couple of comments the other day that I heard about from the branding open houses that they didn't like the downtown streets, which is just fine. Some people love it, some people don't like it. So we made a decision, and I love it. There was a comment that there isn't anything happening downtown. There's no new businesses downtown. Well, it doesn't take me very long to take you through what's going on down there as far as new businesses. The Hub Performance Training in the old Sears building, Bar 13 Soap in the other half of the old Sears building, Rio Alto Restaurant, Kathy Bradley, long-time business in High River that moved from the far east end of town that wanted to be downtown. Love having them downtown. Dr. Ogoki moved his office downtown. That's on that end. Going across the street on 3rd Avenue, there's a new high-end consignment clothing that I've seen going up. That's all I'm going to say about it because they don't have signage up or anything, but that's what it is. It's a new business coming in downtown. Go over on the 4th Avenue, Sheena's Sweets, that candy shop, has to be downtown. Sheena's made the decision to bring her business back downtown. Fantastic decision because we love having her down there. Keep going down, White Bull Clothing that's opening up. It's going to have women's clothing and kids' clothing in there, transitioning someday into men's clothing. Thank God. Moving across the street on 4th Avenue, of course, the provincial building, that'll be done around the end of March. Sheena's going down to Old Mel's Music Building. Laura Radford is moving her hair salon and putting a little boutique clothing store in there as well. So works great between White Bull and Laura's, I think she's calling it The Shop. So there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people still think that there's nothing going on, but you need to come down there a little bit more to really see what's going on. So it's happening. It's great. It's fun. 4th Avenue, I just talked to a couple of ladies that are, I won't mention their names, but they're starting an event coordinating company in High River, and a big ask of theirs is they've had a lot of requests to have weddings on 4th Avenue. Blows my mind. Didn't think it'd be that successful. It's pretty phenomenal within a couple of years where we're headed with it. So everything's happening. Going back to the branding open house that they had the other day, the girls, Shannon and Megan from Anstey's Communications, came and presented it to council. A lot of good conversation going on there. They're kind of putting two options out there. Most people think it's a blend of the two that are going to come together and put our branding out there. There's a couple of things with it that you're playing with. One is the fact that this is a branding opportunity to attract people and businesses to come and live here and invest here. The other piece of it is because it's a branding, it's putting an identity on those of us that are here now as well. So we're playing with that a little bit to make those two mesh. And Jody with our Dev department, everybody knows her, but Shannon and Megan, they're doing a phenomenal job of keeping the dialogue going and kind of massaging this thing and figuring out where we're going to end up. So I'm excited for it. They're doing great things with it, and can't say enough about the open house there the other day where they did the presentation, because the room was packed. It was phenomenal. Great conversation I heard that went on. I couldn't stay for that one, but yeah, we'll keep going with it, and there'll be more updates as we go along with that one. One event to note, the policing committee open house. You can share your dialogue with Sergeant Robert Alexander, Thursday, February 16th, 7 p.m. at the library. So got any concerns with the policing, bring her on down to the library and everybody will listen to you. Thanks very much. I'm out. Talk to you. Bye.